Let's bring back the man of the hour, Chief Meteorologist Dan Cianca. He's going to tell us about this wet weather that could be hanging around for a couple days.
Sure. We are talking about a storm that's probably equal in strength to what we had in late October, where we had quite a few power outages around the region. We had some flooding issues, mostly just confined to a few areas. But still, if that's your area, that's certainly going to be a big issue for you. Here's a look at the bigger picture right now. As I mentioned near the top of the show, a cold front has just stalled to our north, and along and ahead of it, we're seeing quite a bit of rainfall. And it's going to stay there through the overnight hours. And then a trailing trough, which I've dialed in here with this dashed line, will kind of come through tomorrow and then push everything through. And as it does so, really enhancing also the rainfall and activity along this frontal system. So we'll see it strengthening overnight tonight into tomorrow. We've already seen 2 to 3 inches in places in the Santa Cruz Mountains as it's been stalled there. It's been pretty quiet across the south so far, but winds will be picking up there as well. I do want to focus first on the rain. And there is one official alert out there, and that is a flash flood watch, and it is for specifically the Dolan burn scar in Monterey County. This area is expected to see quite a bit of rainfall, at least to my forecast, closing in on 8 to 10 inches in some areas of the burn scar, and that's obviously going to cause some issues, especially where there's some loose debris. So there's going to be potential for debris flows and mudslides, and Highway 1 honestly is just going to be a mess with all of that rain pushing rocks and things down onto the road. So it's probably a good thing that they're closing it off. Now, as for the rest of us, you're not under a flood product per se, but they're flooding of poor drainage areas, no matter where you are, if it's in Santa Cruz County, Monterey County, San Benito, etc. If you live in an area that floods frequently or live near it, it probably will flood because we have a lot of rain. I'm not expecting river flooding or anything like that, but flooding of fields that are not drained well, you know, like south of Salinas. We always have that street in Aptos that floods every time it rains heavy. Places like that are what I'm talking about here. Now, here's what's going to be going on. We're going to see rain basically on and off throughout the overnight hours, more focused across the Santa Cruz Mountains and to some extent down here along the Santa Lucias as well. As we head into the day tomorrow, the focus will shift a little bit further to the south, so you might get some breaks in Santa Cruz County tomorrow afternoon, whereas the Monterey County is getting a little bit more of that heavier precipitation. And then as that back end kind of piles in, we'll see it return to Santa Cruz County as well. We'll see some potentially brief or heavier rainfall as well, so this is late tomorrow afternoon. So for most areas, we're going to expect rain on and off throughout the day tomorrow. And again, it's going to be heavy at times in the coastal mountains, maybe not so much in some of those sheltered valley locations, but really just a rainy day out there. So watch out. The roads are going to be wet. So you're going to see ponding on the roadways as well. And then on the backside of things, late tomorrow night into Tuesday morning, we have some cold air that's going to fill in, and that may destabilize things enough to get a few thunderstorms going. So I do expect the potential for that as well. Any storm that forms could have a brief downpour and even some small hail, which would make roads slippery. And then Tuesday is going to be a cold, breezy day with a few more isolated showers possible to the later portion of the day. The snow levels will also be dropping during that period as well, and any showers could be producing snow above 3,000 feet in elevation. So it's going to be cold on the backside of the system, but the heavy rain on the front side is where I think some of the bigger concerns are. Obviously, some heavy precipitation along the Santa Lucia range and the Santa Cruz Mountains. This actually may be a little bit low, this computer forecast for those mountains. So I'm still thinking 3 to 7 inches in the Santa Cruz Mountains, and again, we've already reached 3 in some spots, and down south, upwards of 10 inches in some of the higher peaks of the Santa Lucias. As for most cities around the bay, I'm pretty on board with what the model's saying, between 1 inch to 3 inches of rain for Monterey Bay cities, a little bit less than some of those sheltered inland valleys. Okay, so that's the rain. The wind also an issue as well. Winds will be picking up overnight. There's a high wind warning that goes into effect for Monterey and San Benito counties, and only a wind advisory up north. Now, we've seen most of the wind up north so far. It hasn't gotten all that windy down south, but it will, and we'll look at that also on Futurecast in just a moment. It's not just on land. We also have gale warnings out over the water, so expecting those very gusty winds along with some high seas out there as well. So keep that in mind. Just not a good day to be out on the water. Futurecast winds showing lots of wind, especially in the higher terrain as we head through the overnight hours tonight, and to some extent funneling through the valleys as well. So you're going to see the numbers on your map somewhere getting in the 20s to 30s, especially in Monterey County as we head into the day tomorrow. Notice the winds kind of die down up north along that frontal boundary to the south. The winds are a lot higher down south across most of Monterey and San Benito counties, the area that's under that warning. So with that, we could see power outages. We could see blocked roadways as well, even property damage if some trees go down. I'm not expecting a ton of trees to come down, but there probably will be some trees down from this event. And eventually, late tomorrow, some of these winds will start to die down a little bit, but it'll take a little bit longer in the south for that to happen. And then any thunderstorms that come through on Tuesday morning could have their own gusts associated with them as well. If that wasn't enough, high surf on the backside of this especially, so tomorrow and into really Tuesday and Wednesday, high surf with breakers up to 25 feet on the coast. Probably just a good idea to stay away from the water during that period. Let's quickly look at your temperature forecast tomorrow. I'm going to go through these pretty quickly here, so find your spot on the map. Most of us are going to see highs in the 50s, like Santa Cruz at 56 tomorrow. Salinas right around 60 degrees. The southerly wind may warm you back up to 60 tomorrow. Monterey, also one of those spots with the southerly wind, could cook up to 61 degrees. And then down south, we're going to see mostly 50s as well. But look at that 7-day forecast. We're not quite done with the rain just yet. So we have thunderstorms possibly early on Tuesday. It's going to be a cool and breezy day. A few isolated showers possible Wednesday, and then more widespread rain returns on Thursday. That is looking like a decent soaker, but not a strong storm by any means. So I'm expecting quite a bit more rain this week. I think we're going to dry out after that, but temperatures still stay cool for this time of year. Inland areas also windy and rainy tomorrow. The snow levels drop early on Tuesday. We could see some isolated showers lingering into Wednesday, but then more rain coming on Thursday. Lots to watch out for, Phil. Be keeping a close eye on things, obviously, as we move forward.
We know you will. All right, thanks, Dan.